that has taken place for 6 years now. Started the first year right after Hurricane Katrina hit with a group of 8 that left for New Orleans. Returned there the second year with 10, and we've grown every year since. The last 4 years we spent in the southern Gulf Coast of Mississippi, bringing 31 volunteers, and as Jack would say, servants, with us this year, which is incredible. I remember after the first group went and we had a little meeting. I wasn't there the first year. We kind of talked about whether we should continue returning, whether there were other places we should go, what we should make of this mission trip, since ASP was such a big part of this church. And we agreed that we'd like to see it grow into a young adult mission trip. There were a lot of kids that were going back to ASP every year, which we were thrilled about, but feeling like maybe they've grown out of it, maybe we should give them another opportunity to serve without it just being ASP. So we've continued that, and very happy and proud to say that I think we've accomplished our mission. The first year we wanted it to be a young adult group. There were no young adults. And we went, okay, that didn't work so well. What do we do next? Then we got one, Jen Monner, thank you very much. And since then we've grown. This year we had 9 or 10, I think, young adults that came with us of the 31. And it was a wonderful opportunity to serve God. We worked on 4 different homes this year. You're only there for 1 week, so it feels like you're not going to get a lot accomplished in a week when some of these people have been displaced or living in terrible conditions for all these years. But it's 1 week closer for them to get back into their house or into a new home. And to make that kind of progress in the 1 week that you're there is a very uplifting feeling. And we, all 31 of us, I know, appreciate all of your support, financial, and the prayers that you give and the well wishes that you send. With that, I would like to introduce 2 wonderful people. Ben Kessler is going to speak, and then Michelle Hill. Thank you.
Well, actually, we kind of flip. I'm going to go first, and Ben's going to go second. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been fortunate to spend 1 week working with and for God's people. And the second week, I was able to soak up the beauty of God's creation in the Smoky Mountains with my family and friends. While I was enjoying the mountains, I decided that my message today would be about what I call Jackisms. Jack and Dee Warren are the site directors at Camp Hope. They've been there for 6 years. And for those of you who've met Jack, you know he's quite the character. I'll never forget my first year at Camp Hope when Jack said that we were missionaries, we were not volunteers. We were there on God's mission. They even call the chores that we do our mission work, cleaning the bathroom and picking up after dinner. But this year he called us servants. We were there to serve God, serve our homeowners, and serve each other. That first trip, and every trip since, Jack has also told us that we may be the only Bible that they read. They meaning our homeowners, the people in the community. And I really had to think about that. I certainly don't go around spouting off Bible verses to people. I think he really meant was they see the Bible in us and how we treat each other, how we treat them, and just the way that we are. He's also big into bonuses and paydays. A bonus would be an extra something special that happens to you that day. One day we went down to the beach and they have restrooms down there and there was soap in the bathroom to wash our hands. So we kind of thought that was a bonus that day. His paydays are an extra special bonus. I think over the years we've had many of those. The ones that really stick out in my mind, last year we went to visit Tom, whose house we worked on a few years back. He's 86 or so, not in the best of health. He didn't remember our names, but he remembered that we were the ones who gave him the Bible. He still had it in his drawer, and when we went into his room, he walked over to his bedside stand and pulled out his Bible to show us. This year, Doug and Casey went to visit Dustin, and they had worked on his mother's house a few years back. And as they were leaving, Dustin told them that he loved them. Another payday from this year was from Jimmy, our homeowner this year. We gave them a welcome mat and we all signed it back. It's an outdoor mat. He was so touched by that he wanted to make sure that the writing didn't get washed off, and he was going to put it inside his house. I'll close with a story that Jack told us this year. There was a homeowner that a professional drywall was working in their house, and after it was all done, the homeowner said, "Well, that's just perfect." And the drywaller said, "No, nothing's perfect." And the homeowner said, "Well, it is in my eyes." So I guess the point to that is, even though you're doing your work and you don't think it's perfect or your best, if you look at it in the perspective of the person you're doing the work for, to them it is perfect because you've put out the effort to do what you're doing. And I think that all these Jackisms and the stories that Jack has told can apply to us all. You don't have to go on a mission trip to be a missionary. You can do God's work anywhere, wherever you're at. You can be a Bible for anyone to read, even the person at the Target checkout. And I would like to leave you with the thought that you should look for bonuses and paydays every day.